I'm Nick Honashevsky. As a professional saltwater fishing journalist, I've explored the world's wildest fishing destinations. Now, I'm bringing you there, into the saltwater underground. All along the northeast and mid-Atlantic coast, quite possibly no other fish drives anglers as crazy as does the blackfish, aka tautog. Known for their punishing hits, arm-wrenching battles, and excellent table fare, blackfish are in hot demand by bottom fishing anglers, though they come with a caveat. Blackfish aren't easy to catch. Don't believe anyone who claims they're an expert at blackfishing. Success changes day to day. With lightning-quick snaps, tautog will take your bait clean off the hook in a split second, leaving many anglers swinging and missing all day long. Add to that brutal tackle-breaking battles and continually shifting feeding habits, and you've got a real challenge. There are, however, certain tips and tactics that can help elevate your game. I'm hooking up with 3 top Blackfish Captains to learn some tricks of the trade to hunt down some blackfish. Okay, today we're here in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and we're gonna meet up with Blackfish royalty here, okay? So Captain Jerry Pastorino on the FishMonger, he's like a legend for blackfishing in New Jersey. And the whole goal is to try and catch a trophy tog today. So I don't know if we're gonna find big tog, small tog, or any tog, but I got a couple buddies on the boat, some who have never blackfished before, so that's gonna be interesting, and some who are expert tog fishermen. So goal is to catch a trophy today. We're gonna see what happens. A little foggy out here today. Hopefully it'll burn off. All right, Jerry, so tell us the game plan. Where are we? How deep are we? What's the whole deal going on?
We're in a Klondike area, starting about 80 feet. Some broken bottom. One of the spots we see some big ones on, so
okay,
we'll give it a shot.
We're looking at low-lying structure?
Yeah, this is some low-lying structure. A little sticky, but it's where the big ones like to roam sometimes, so.
Okay. All right, we're gonna start out, or at least I'm gonna start out by dropping tog jigs down. Now it's about 1 to 2 ounce weighted jig with a loop knot on there, bait up with a white legger crab or a green crab. We're gonna start off with white leggers and drop this down. You kind of let the jig sit on the bottom. You don't want to jig it like in the conventional sense of the word. Just let it sit on the bottom, sits like that, the tog come up and they nail it from the side. So now I got my crab cut in half. I'm gonna hook through third leg socket, come out the first leg socket like that. You get all the juice coming out. Tog smells that juice, jumps on it. Fishing right out of the pilot house.
Nice, deeper size. Nice eater.
Beautiful eating size fish.
Very nice. He hit it good.
So Jerry, what are you doing? You're picking out the perfect white legger, or what are you looking for?
So this time of year they become shedders. You see how he's soft?
Yep.
When you break their shell, they have that little shell underneath. That's what they really like.
Oh wow, nice little soft back like that, huh?
That gets them to eat it good.
Jig, he was scratching it for a bit. Oh, little dude. Could keep though, maybe. Well, they gotta be 15, Jerry, now?
Yep.
possible he could be 15 there.
Stop me. Take a look.
Got to be 15. We'll see what Justin says here.
Go on.
Is he in there or what?
Yes, sir. Keep
Yeah,
it size.
he's in there?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Another keeper for the cord. All right. Bring up. The togging, they keep pecking away at the baits. This was a half a nice crab on there, and they keep taking little nips out of it the whole time. And once the bait gets to be like this and all torn up, you always have to switch and get fresh baits on, because fresh baits are key when togging. CJ's first tog of his life.
Loose.
Hey, there he goes. Woo. Nice work, buddy. All right, finally, CJ getting one of his first togs. This is what, your second tog trip or something? Yeah. There he goes.
The one going back.
All right, so my man CJ over here is probably only togged 2 or 3 times in his life, so you know how to do it, right? You know what you're looking for?
Yeah, it's easy.
Really
Yeah,
easy.
a little scratch, couple thumps, high hook set.
Right,
What
right.
I've learned from him.
That's right. So you got to kind of hit in between the hits. They'll hit once, and then there'll be like a real quick pause, and then they hit again. You always want to time that hit in between them, you know?
Right.
Throwing the jig down, whacked it, scratched it a little bit, then he hailed it. Little dude, no wonder I left him all weird. At least he's sniffing out the white color though. No love lost here. I catch a fish, and look who's sneaking up on my back pocket. Shawnee straight up Jersey mugging.
Good old-fashioned mugging going on. That's what mugging does for you.
Would you believe it?
It's a little one.
Mugs me right away and gets a hit. Here we go.
That's this chocolate chip.
Small one, huh? All right, save the big ones for me. There you go.
I think tog are definitely one of the hardest fish to catch. You don't catch them by accident. You're always fishing in a spot where you get snagged. They're so tricky. There he is, baby.
Got a little head shaker. Oh, yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
Bit better one. Beautiful fish.
That's what we come for.
Same size cookie cutters right here, you know? A lot of times when you see these fish, if they're hanging in like wrecks, you can see he's got wreck rust on him there, that orange. That means he's hanging somewhere where there's a rusty part of metal or rebarb or something like that. They kind of take on the coloring of the surrounding environment, which is kind of neat. We call that wreck rust.
Saltwater Underground with Nick Honashevsky is brought to you by @Nick Honashevsky on Instagram, Savage Gear, Bubba Blade, Shimano, Grundens, Grumpy's Tackle, Fisherman Supply, Ron Z Lures, and Chatter Lures. Saltwater Underground with Nick Honashevsky is brought to you by @Nick Honashevsky on Instagram, Savage Gear, Bubba Blade, Shimano, Grundens, Grumpy's Tackle, Fisherman Supply, Ron Z Lures, and Chatter Lures.
Private charters can sometimes give you a more personalized experience when blackfishing, but the large party boat fleets along the Northeast have secrets all their own when it comes to togging. The Gambler party boat has been on the bite, and I'm gonna hop on deck to see what shakes out. I'm trying to feel structure right now, you know, because you want to feel like the wreck. Yeah, you'll feel like the first tap, boom, and then it'll be right after. You're like, boom, boom. And you want to try and time the hit and set in between the hits. That's what makes togging so tough. You're not togging if you're not swearing. You're like, got the whole shrimp on. Anything goes on the party boats, you know.
That's it.
Might as well see what they're biting.
Experiment, dude. Experiment.
Looks like Billy might have one here. Yeah, bring him up, bring him up. Oh.
Where's their net?
Yeah, hang on. I'll grab it. I'm in the water, all right. Little one. I don't know if it'll keep, but You hooked him in the belly. Let's pull him up. Pull him up, dog. Nice. That's actually Billy's first tog.
Nice. That's an interesting way to catch it. I even cut my bait. Nice.
Is that for the first blackfish, huh? Not too shabby for you, huh? It doesn't look like he's gonna make it, Billy. You got your first blackfish up, brother. Throw him back in, yeah. Any size? Oh, there's a hit. Yeah, get a nice cool shot. Sweet cod.
Yeah, the gold on it.
Got something. Nice. Look at that. Sweet. I haven't seen ling around in a while. Look at that. All right, so these are ling, AKA red hake. And the cool thing about these little bottom feeding species out here is that they root around the wrecks. They eat like the clams, the crabs, and you can see they got their feelers right up front here, right underneath their chin, you know, feeling around the bottom, looking for the crabs, anything that they can eat. But normally we would catch 50, 60 of these on a trip in the old days, but we don't really see them around so much anymore. They're a little bit slimy, but they are absolutely tasty in the frying pan. You just can't freeze them for long. They're great to eat like within 4 or 5 days after you catch them. Good ling right there. So Bob, do you have any like tips or tricks for people that are party boat fishing for blackfish?
Well, I think a lot of people say that togging is really hard. You really can't get the hang out of it. But the trick is to just keep your line taut, your sinker straight up and down on the bottom. It's got to be on the bottom. So when the boat goes up on a wave, you want to lower your pole down. You don't want your sinker rocketing up and down. And the other trick is to let those little bites go by. You feel like bump, 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 like a little, like a tog, or a small tog, or just tasting it, or it could be a cunner, Burgal, yeah. And you let those little bites go by and you wait for that good one. And sometimes we've even noticed, and you probably have noticed, that your pole will actually, like your line will get light, and it's the fish swimming up with the bait. So where this line I marked, and it's showing the depth of the bottom. So everything from this line up is actually wreckage. So we're gonna just shift around on this a little bit and see if it helps. Try letting out 50 feet on the port anchor. So the stern might actually be like hanging over the slope of the wreck, so sometimes that helps, you never know.
Yeah, look at that coming up, nice. I like that. I like it too, because I'm fishing in the stern. Yeah, all right. A little white chinner, ah, that's a little bit better. Holding it this way. Ah, look at it, a little bit better. Got a little bit better there, yeah. Oh, 24 pack, there he is. We get 24 pack of tog right there. Tyler's got one too. Little guy, but he's got a fish. You know, that means they're starting to chew around the boat right now. Another nice one. Look at colors on that thing. Beauty fish. All right, party boat togging, gambler tog. Then you got a big old conger eel here. He ain't fighting like a tog. Oh, ocean pout. This is what we were talking about earlier. Big old pout. Call these things Muppets. Ocean pout. You can see the lips on them. They got a little spine in the back where he's trying to get me right now. They're such a cool looking fish though. Let him back. When it comes to blackfishing, the more tips you can extract from pro captains, the better. After hearing that some trophy tog are recently being caught, I dialed up some like-minded friends and connected with Captain Matt Cisnowski of the Big Mohawk party boat to see if he can find a true trophy tautog. So we're out on the Big Mohawk here, and conditions are a little bit more sporty than they planned on calling for today, but there's a little bit of a current, so got a long leader here. I'm going to shorten up the leader so the bait stays a little bit closer to the weight, so this tog can key in on it and hit it. That's the plan, at least. That's the sweet candy right there on these white leggers. They got all that egg roe, that beautiful orange egg roe, and those blackfish key in on that, whether it's the scent or the color. It's key bait right there. All right. About time, got a good hit there. Whacked it pretty good on that white legger. Let's see what size he is. Hit it pretty good, so. There we go. Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna keep, but finally a nice little chunky tog, you know? About right time. All right, in these big swells like this, I shortened up the leader just a little bit there so it stays close to the bottom, close to the sinker, doesn't sway around. And looks like he keyed right in on that right there. Got a nice 3/0 circle hook, white legger, a little bit of that orange roe. That's what he seemed to like there. So where he's biting, there should be plenty more down there. We're just getting started out. Chrissy. So, someone's got to start it up for the boys, you know? So, no, he's a short, nice fish though. Put him right back in there. Let him grow a little bit more for us. There you go, bub. Good thing about tog, a really hardy fish. So you can keep them out of the water. You don't want to keep them out of the water too long, like maybe 2 minutes tops. But sometimes you put them in the cooler and 6 hours will go by and they'll still be alive in the cooler. They're very, very hardy fish. All right, looks like Blaze got one here. Another nice choggy right here. Nice big old, not big, but a nice keeper-sized fish. But Matty blew the horn. I think he's gonna make another move here. Get more of those, Blaze. It's time to get some intel from Captain Matt himself. All right, here's Matty. Finally with Captain Matty Sosnowski on the Big Mohawk.
What's up, brother?
Good, man. How you been, all right?
Good, good.
Glad to hear it. I know we're out here today on the Big Mohawk, and seas are a little bit sportier than we thought, but I love this, man, that we're party boat fishing again for blackfish, and you know, give us some tips and tactics. Like, you know, it's a different type of fishing rather than on just like a regular 6-pack charter. Like, party boat's a whole different animal.
It's a whole different animal, yeah. There's, you know, there's more space to rail, there's a bigger area to cover, so you try to fish spots on certain days, you know, when certain wind directs. So if the wind's blowing, you know, north and south, you try to lay on spots that lay north-south, or if it's blowing east-west, you lay in spots that lay east-west so the whole boat can lay on it. But, you know, blackfishing, there's days they bite all around the boat and days they only bite in one, you know, bite in one part of the boat. So you always have to move around, cast around, try it, you know. Days like today when you only have a handful of people on the boat, you can move around and hopefully get them going. I mean, it's the end of January too, so it's, you know, you got to kind of sit and let it build a little bit and be patient with it. You know, the water's still 44 degrees.
Do you find any certain structure here holds bigger fish, or like the heavier, like the higher profile wrecks or more jaggedy wrecks?
Well, the more jaggedy wrecks, I usually think hold the bigger fish. Yeah, like this particular area here, I know that usually this time of year, that this particular structure here usually has fish on it this time of year. So like you've seen a few fish come up here already.
Here's the question, white leggers or green crabs?
Every day's different. You know, I mean, before a lot of people, we always use green crabs before white leggers, but you know, there's days they just bite white leggers and not green crabs, and there's days they just bite green crabs and not white leggers. So you always have to have the variety on the boat.
That's what it is. It's like legs on, legs off, half.
Yeah, people have superstitions. You either step on them or smash them with your sinker. Or I see people shave them with their scissors. Everybody has their different way of doing things.
A lot of people may not realize this, but they're a slow-growing, long-living species, you know? So like they say, you know, when you get like that 25-pound tog, right, like the world record class or state record class tog, some people say they're 50, 60 years old by that point, you know, which is easily, right? Yeah. So
that's the beauty. That's why you see a lot of people return to those big fish.
Well, that's what I always do. Anything for me over like 7 pounds, I generally throw it back, and I normally release most of my fish anyway. I mean, I love eating blackfish too, but when those big fish, it's like a reverence you have towards those larger fish because they've been around for so long. You know, such a long-lived fish, sometimes older than the people catching them. You know, so it's like, you know, you want to give that respect back, and for me, that's kind of what I do with larger fish.
People like to throw them back.
Yep. But well, what I got to do is catch a big fish so I can throw it back.
You got to go fishing. You have your rod in order to go catch it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me go hit that up then. We'll see what's up. All right, brother. What's it looking like, Bear? All right. Nice fish, Bear. Woo! Beauty, Barry. What do you do? You hit a white legger?
White legger, little pieces.
Nice. Oh yeah. Nice little pieces. That's right. Leave it to Barry to get the bigger fish. Yoo-hoo! All right, Big Mohawk crushing them.
Come on.
Saltwater Underground with Nick Honashevsky is brought to you by @Nick Honashevsky on Instagram, Savage Gear, Bubba Blade, Shimano, Grundins, Grumpy's Tackle, Fisherman's Supply, Ron Z Lures, and Chatter Lures.
Chris Z is on now.
Yeah.
That's all right. It'll be the right species. Lock him in. Lock and load with Chris Z. Slow and steady, brother. Nice, even pace. Reel him up. Yeah, bring him in. They call it nice work, dude. They call them the milk duds when they're small little ones like that, but that's the right species, brother. So,
Number one.
yeah. We got this guy, and where there's this guy, there's gonna be a bunch more if I don't hook my hand. But nice work, brother.
Bring him to father.
Z-Man, get a bigger one now. Starting to seem like they're starting to nibble around the boat now. Dropping down in the stern, some up in the bow. Getting a little bit of action happening. Nice. Finally got a couple little bumps here. Little tog hits. Coming up slow and steady. That's the right species. Finally, right species, but wrong size. That's all right. I'll take the hit right now. Take the hit. Unhook him. He hit a white legger that time too, Chris, which is good. Little dude, we'll throw him back, get a bigger one again, I hope. Nice. Barry put a little tog jig on, and look, they work too.
Little 1 ounce jig.
Just let it sit on the bottom, right, Barry? Or what?
Right, yeah.
Nice.
Hit the bottom, let it sit there.
Nice. Little dude.
That's all.
Jig up a better one.
That's right. Good shot.
Looks like my buddy Blake's got another one on. Look at this, right up in the bow. Hold him up. Barely getting them. Just started dropping down. There'll be bigger ones there, so nice work. You're putting in your work today, man. All right, let's get it. I don't know how he does it, but that's his third
one.
Oh, God. A snag burgal. Unbelievable.
Not skunk, dude.
Got him.
Who? On again? Still on. Chrissy's on again.
Oh,
You sure? Swing and a miss, Chris, or what? Yeah. He lost that one because he's an Eagles fan. We're in Jersey here, man.
I'll take a Super Bowl over a fish any day.
Looks like we got a better one up here now. Oh. We'll see. Fought nice. Yeah, that's a keeper. It's a keeper fish. It's one for the cooler. As long as they 15 inches, they go in the cooler. You know.
let that go.
Yep. Another one in. On that. Another one. A man's on. Got a good one? Got a good one? All right. That's about it, man. Nice. Better fish. Look at that. Finally, a nicer fish up on deck here. Beauty. That one's been circling around the boat, hitting baits left and right. Oops. Don't need this all snagged up. Nice work. That's what a big tog looks like right there. That's more like what we're looking for. What'd you get that thing on?
White legger.
White legger, huh? Look how big the mouth is on there with the teeth. Got the snafu rig going on. Nice. Beautiful fish, dude. There's a true white chinner. Nice. Probably about 6.5, 7 maybe. Blackfish anglers are born a different breed. I mean, who wants to brave large winter swells, battle freezing temperatures, and lose a bunch of tackle just to get a bite? I'll tell you who. Me, along with plenty of other diehards. Blackfish can completely invade an angler's mind, where all moments of the day are consumed trying to find an edge to defeat a fish that humbles like none other. It doesn't matter if you're fishing for your first time or your 1,000th time. To truly become a better togger, you have to be willing to listen and learn and to capture the rewards of a blackfish bounty. Anglers fortunate enough to fish with seasoned captains will no doubt elevate you to be a more successful black fisherman. And at least for a moment, you can consider yourself good at blackfishing. Until the next trip when they prove otherwise.